Welcome to the Epcotian Adventure,
a podcast where we talk about all things Disney, but we're Epcot-centered.
including tips and tricks, festivals and favorites, and the very latest in our rankings and reviews.
But we're still old enough to remember when the only Star Wars at Disney was Star Tours.
This is episode 148, This or That, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Edition.
Or, you know what today is. May the 4th be with you.
So now please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast as we embark on our Epcotian Adventure.
We call it Epcot.
Howdy folks, and welcome to episode 148 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And you know what today is. It's May 4th, so it's Star Wars Day.
I love Star Wars Day.
So we have a game planned for today. This is going to be one of those this or that episodes, but this time it's going to be at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, or better known as Batuu.
I love Batuu. This is Black Spire Outpost in particular on Batuu. We did sort of a overview of the backstory a few years ago. Was that our first year?
That has been a long time ago. Yeah,
that was a long time ago.
We also did a Choose Your Own Adventure at Batuu.
That was the episode where we did a little bit of the backstory involved at Galaxy's Edge. And I was just kind of looking through our list to see if I could find it real quick, but I can't find what episode that was. But it was a fun one, so go back and listen to that.
Oh, we're big Star Wars nerds, just like we're Disney nerds. So I think Sue a little more probably than me.
Yeah.
But we also have a friend who was part of the opening crew at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in California.
And that was episode 38.
So yeah, we feel like we have a little bit of a connection to Galaxy's Edge. I love the area. It's one of my favorite themed areas Disney's ever done. And the fact that they opened it on both coasts was brilliant.
I agree. I love it so much. I love that you can go and just immerse yourself in this land and in this lore and in this world. So if you haven't been there yet, there may be a couple of spoilery things in here, but probably nothing you haven't already heard.
I was going to say, it's been around long enough that I bet everybody's heard at least most of what we're about to talk about.
I'm kind of a believer in a statute of limitations when it comes to spoilers, so time's up.
Well, today we're going to go back and forth with this or that's that we haven't seen yet. We're going to do 5 or 6 or 7. We'll kind of go until we run out of questions, I think, basically.
Oh, I've got a lot of questions.
Oh.
We'll go till we run out of time.
Oh, well, let's do that. All right.
Now, some of these are going to be actual tips for which would you choose of these two attractions that are in this land. And some of these are going to sort of dive into more of the backstory and the characters and the lore, the things that you can explore when you're in the land. So there's a lot of stuff going on when you're there. There's characters, there's food, there's merchandise. They have their own language, and it sounds a lot like English, but it's good fun. It's all good fun. If you are at all a Star Wars fan and you haven't been there yet, make this a goal because it is so much fun. All right. So where should we start?
Well, why don't you start us off with your first this or that?
Well, alrighty. Let's start with the land itself and some options that you would actually encounter if you were there. So one of my favorite treats to get is over at Ronto Roasters, and that is the Ronto Wrap. So I'm going to ask you, Rod, if you were to choose the breakfast or the lunch version of the Ronto Wrap, which would you get? And I'll do a little explaining. Both versions are served in a warm pita and include a grilled pork sausage and peppercorn sauce. The breakfast version has eggs and shredded cheddar. The lunch version includes roasted slices of pork and like a slaw. So, Rod, which one would you choose?
I love both of these, but I'm a sucker for the breakfast one. I love having the addition of the egg in there. And they also have a vegetarian version that you can do.
At both breakfast and lunch.
Yeah, or a vegan version. I'm not sure if it's vegan or vegetarian.
I think that's a good question. I think vegetarian.
But I'm going to go with the egg. For me, it's always going to be about the breakfast one.
I would agree with you on that. I don't know if I'm supposed to answer on my own question, but I just did.
Yeah, go ahead. Might as well.
I love both of them, but I like the breakfast. For some reason, having the double meat of adding the roasted pork slices is weird to me. And I love the egg and cheese. But no matter which one you get, you have to get extra peppercorn sauce to dip in.
All right, I'm going to go more into the backstory a little bit.
Yay.
And Sue, would you join the Resistance, or would you support the First Order? So would you spend your time helping Vi hide from the stormtroopers? Or would you report suspicious activity to Kylo Ren and, Phasma? The big tall lady. Yeah.
She's pretty fab. I actually have her in my car.
Well, and now Darth Vader. Because apparently timeline doesn't mean anything around Galaxy's Edge anymore.
It did when they started, and they're
weird.
messing with it now. They're introducing like a young Han and a young Luke. Don't know how I feel about it, but we're bypassing that. Resistance or First Order, I love Kylo Ren, and interacting with the stormtroopers is one of my favorite things, but I will support the Resistance all day long. I am Resistance from beginning to end. I am fighting with Rey. I will keep the secret that the hidden base is on Pecora. Do not tell anyone. That's between you and me. And I absolutely love the Resistance, the Rebellion, all of that. So I'm going with that. And Rod, you just mentioned Vi Morarty, who we haven't talked about. She's not an actual Star Wars character canonically as far as the films and books go, but she is a character that was created for Batuu. And I love that.
Me personally, it's going to be whichever side Chewie's on, because Chewie gives the best hugs.
And of course he's with the Resistance and the
of course
Rebellion. That was a good one. I had that on my list too, so that was good. That was good. We're cruising along here.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were in the Blackspire Outpost and you want to do some kind of a special experience to commemorate your time there, are you going to go to Savvy's Hidden Workshop and create a lightsaber? Or are you going to go to Droid Depot and create a droid that you can take home with you?
Now, we've been to Savvy's. I got to go along with you and our nephew, Evan. Hi, Evan.
Hey, Evan.
And watch them build the lightsabers. And it was an amazing experience. I've heard about the droids, and I've seen our friend Colin, who actually has done the experience, and he's raved about that as well.
Em has one, too.
And has one. I really do think, though, Savvy's is the better of the two, because it's an overall, almost ethereal experience. It's just, if you're into Star Wars, it's something that you have to experience firsthand to actually get into the emotional side of it. And it is, in some ways, overwhelming.
Yes.
If you're into Star Wars. If you're not into the storyline, don't spend the money. But take your kid to do it, because they'll love it.
Yeah, if you can suspend your disbelief and really immerse yourself in the whole backstory and the whole lore, absolutely Savvy's Workshop is the way to go.
All right. Would you choose Blue Milk, which is a fruity berry flavor classic from Tatooine, or would you choose Green Milk, which is a zesty citrus-forward tropical blend? Now, both of these also can have alcohol added, and if you're there with a bunch of screaming kids, that's a good thing. But Sue, would you choose Blue Milk or Green Milk?
I have tried both. I prefer the Blue Milk, and this is a little bit controversial because not only do I prefer the Blue Milk over the green, but I actually like the Blue Milk. It's a different texture. It's almost like a slushy texture. It is non-dairy, I believe. It's like rice milk, is my understanding. Check me on that. If you have an allergy, do not take my word for it. Please look that up. But I actually really like the Blue Milk, and it has like a melony flavor. Melanie, if your name is Melanie, it does not taste like you. It has like a melon berry kind of flavor to it, and I really like it. And I actually prefer it without the alcohol, which is odd for me, actually, because usually if there's a choice, they've chosen the alcohol that goes with it because it enhances the flavors that are in there. And for this one, it didn't do that for me. I like the non-alcoholic version. Rod, which would you choose?
To be honest, I don't like either of them. So
That's fair.
There's a new pink milk that just was introduced, and it's a plant-based rice milk blend with sweet and fruity characteristics. So it doesn't sound that much different than the other ones.
Sweet and fruity makes it sound like they're afraid to commit to what it actually tastes like, exactly. Which makes me nervous.
And I have heard that alcohol can be added to this one too. So there we go.
Interesting. I would try the pink milk because I really like the blue. And I enjoyed that I have tried the green. I just didn't like it as much. All right, my turn, huh? I'm going to go into a little bit more of the lore. And I'm going to say, if you had to choose having the protection of Oga or the favor of Dok-Ondar, which would you choose? So what this means is if you got into trouble with the First Order, would you rather have Oga Gara is the local crime lord? She kind of runs things there. Everyone who's working on Batuu is kind of working to pay her off. So would you rather have her hide you in her cantina or speak up for you on her behalf? Or would you rather have Dok-Ondar, who is a famous collector on Batuu, would you rather have him sort of speak up for you and make you more legit by claiming you as a friend?
Definitely going to go with Oga. She knows all the back streets. She's got a big place where she can hide me if there's a real problem. And she makes really good drinks. So it's going to be Oga all day long. I've been into Dok-Ondar's, and he's just sitting over there counting his money. Yeah, I'd rather be hidden by the crime lord than made more street cred by the other guy. Okay, so we're going to head over to the creature stall.
Ooh, yay!
Over at the creature stall, you can take home Star Wars or Batuu pets.
Do I get to adopt one?
Why, yes, you do. Are you going to adopt a porg or a lothcat?
Oh, gosh. Porgs are cute, but I have a special fondness for lothcats, and I am going to take a lothcat home.
That's a lot of teeth.
It is a lot of teeth, but Cheshire Cat has a lot of teeth.
I was going to say, they remind me a lot of Cheshire Cat. So.
They've even got the ears going. Yeah, for sure. So that one was easy for me. Which one would you be adopting?
I would do a porg.
They are really cute.
I think they're adorable, and if they get annoying, I hear they taste great. So, yeah.
You know, we have seen that as well.
Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Oh, that's funny. All right, let's go back over to Savvy's for a minute. So we're going to go over to Savvy's workshop. We're going to build ourselves a lightsaber. Rod, are you going to choose a kyber crystal color of blue or green? This is sort of a classic conundrum. So Savvy holds out the canister. You get to choose any color in there. We're going to narrow it down to blue or green. Those are the good guys. Luke Skywalker, of course, famously had a blue one. Yoda, of course, famously has a green one. We're not going purple. We're not going red. We're not going yellow. These are your two choices. Which one are you going to choose?
I'm going to go with the classic blue. I love the blue color. That was the first film, of course, that I fell in love with, was the original Star Wars in 1977. And Luke Skywalker's blue lightsaber always was the side of good. So to me, I'm going to go with blue.
I love that. I would too. And it's classic for a reason, you know? Love that.
All right, we're going to give you a style choice now. Would you rather dress in the traditional flowing tunics of a Force user, so Jedi robes, or would you just go Black Spire Outpost casual? You know, the rugged utilitarian look of the local galactic traveler. Of course, if you dress too much like that, they're going to think you work at Rise of the Resistance, but yeah.
There is something appealing about having a Jedi robe. However, since I have not earned my Jedi robe, I would feel like a bit of a poser. So I'm going to say I would go Batuu casual. And specifically, if I could pull it off, I would do something akin to what Rey wears. I love her style. So I would do something on that level. But yeah, Batuu casual. All right, so you have your lightsaber now, your blue lightsaber. A stormtrooper stops you in the street, and he sees that you're carrying a case with your lightsaber. Are you going to tell him that it's scrap metal, which is what they sort of tell you to tell the First Order if you are stopped in the marketplace? Or are you going to ignite it and defend the Resistance?
Well, I know that the stormtroopers can't shoot straight, so... and they generally hold their little blasters off, you know, either up or at an angle to not be threatening. So I think I will go ahead and pull it out and say, this is not the lightsaber you're looking for. And watch them go, there's only one last Jedi, and you're not it. Well, that's probably what I would do. I don't know.
That
What
would be.
you do?
It would be fun to see what happened.
I'm sure it happens daily.
You think other people would pull out their lightsabers and join? Because that would be really cool.
That would be fun. All right, you have a snack attack coming at you. Are you going to go over to Kat Saka's Kettle and get the sweet and spicy blend of popcorn, or roasted kernels, as they call it? Or are you going to head over to Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo and get a tip-yip, which is a chicken dish?
Yes.
They had to put that on the menu differently because when they first opened, nobody knew what a tip-yip was. Unless you've seen Life Day. Yeah.
Yes, in the newer, the Lego version of the Star Wars Christmas special, it's all about tip-yip.
Life Day is about family. It's not about the tip-yip. Oh, it's all about the tip-yip.
I love that one. We watch that every year now. But I love Kat Saka's. So I would go over there and I would get that delicious popcorn and I would eat it all day long. And I would probably get a black calf cold brew to go with it.
Oh, you have to. It's basically coffee with cold foam and Cocoa Puffs. It sounds weird, but it really works.
It really does. And that cold foam is cream cheese flavored.
I know, weird, but
it sounds
so
weird.
Good.
It's so good. I do have to throw in one more thing.
We'll go for it.
Because I was curious. So I finally learned that the droid that turns the Rontos at Ronto Roasters for you to then order and consume has a designation of 8DJ8, which I never knew before. And I love knowing his name. So I asked AI. I asked, as an AI, do you have any sympathy for the droid who turns the Rontos? I was just curious. And it replied to me and said, I definitely have a soft spot for 8DJ8. As an AI, there's a certain digital kinship there, though I'm lucky enough to be processing trivia instead of standing over a pod racer engine heat pit all day. I thought that was funny.
Oh my gosh. All right, one more, since we're just running out of time. I'm going to do a real quick one.
Ooh, yay.
And this is going to be for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Would you want to help Hondo Anaka go get the coaxium, or would you want to help Grogu and Mando go do whatever they're about to go do? Because they're about to take over on the attraction.
They are. I love the Hondo Anaka figure. I love getting the coaxium, especially if I am a pilot. However, I am so curious what they're bringing with Mando and Grogu. And since that is the new one, I'm going to have to go with what's new.
I'm right there with you. I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
Well, folks, that is This or That, Galaxy's Edge Edition. What choices would you have made different than ours? Put it down in the comments. Let us know.
And let us know if you have a this or that question for us. We'd love to know what your ideas are, too.
Well, before we go, we always have to thank the Phoenicians. So thank you, Phoenicians.
Thank you, Phoenicians. And don't forget to rate, review, like, share, and subscribe. It really does help other people find us. You can find us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Epcotian Adventure is a $1,000 brunch production and a proud gold member of D23. Thanks for joining us today for episode 148 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And we'll see you in line.
Bye. And may the fourth be with you.
Thank the Phoenicians.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to Star Wars! No,